Very warm greetings to all the viewers. In the previous lecture, we discussed about the characteristics of immune response. But today, we will understand about the types of immune response a human body has. Adaptive or specific immune response is recognized to have two branches, which is micro mantra for today, humoral and cell-mediated immune response. Hello and welcome. I am your micro wizard, Dr. Dhruval Brambert, working as an assistant professor in Department of Microbiology in LJ Institute of Applied Sciences, situated in Ahmedabad. So, as previously mentioned, the adaptive immune response has two specific branches: one, humoral response, and second, cell-mediated immune response. The humoral immunity is named for the fluids, or also referred to as humors of the body, which is based on the action of soluble glycoproteins called antibodies that occur in body fluids and on plasma membrane of B lymphocytes. These circulating antibodies bind to microorganisms, toxins, antigens, or extracellular virus and neutralize them or destroy them. The cell-mediated immunity is based on the action of specific T lymphocytes that directly attack cells infected with virus or antigens. T cells lyse them and release chemicals called cytokines that enhance specific immunity and innate defenses such as phagocytosis or inflammation. Now let's discuss the similarities between humoral and cell-mediated immunity. First, both of them are active immune responses. Second, they are effective against a variety of antigens, pathogens, or toxins. Third, they are effective in lag period of infectivity. Fourth, they have immunological power. And last, both are ineffective in patients suffering from immunodeficiency. Further, we'll look on the mechanism and differences in the action of humoral and cell-mediated immunity. When the pathogen enters the body, it has to counter your immune system. And in that case, the immune system launches the attack on the pathogen to eliminate it. The immune system launches the attack by making antibodies, or the cells itself engage to eliminate the pathogen. And the most important thing is that antibodies eliminate the extracellular antigens or pathogens that are circulated in the circulatory system. Whereas some immune cells engage to eliminate the intracellular antigens. So immune system works in two ways. The antibody-mediated immunity forms humoral type of immunity, whereas the immune cell-mediated immunity forms the cellular immunity. Now let's see the action of the mechanism side by side. The most important difference between humoral and cellular immunity is that humoral immunity is antibody mediated, whereas cellular immunity is cell mediated immunity. The second difference we see is that the humoral eliminates extracellular antigens, whereas cellular immunity eliminates intracellular antigens. In humoral immunity, the B cell plays a major role, whereas in cell mediated immunity, T cells play a major role. Now let's talk about humoral immunity in detail. In humoral immunity, when there is a presence of any extracellular antigen in our body, it triggers the immune system to defend against these antigens or pathogens. The B cells, often in the immune system, comes into the action. The B cell binds to the antigens for which it is specific via receptors, following which it takes helps from T cells, which are referred to as T helper cells, which are obtained from cellular immunity. And these T helper cells secretes cytokines, which transforms into B cells or humoral immunity, into antibody producing plasma cells. These plasma cells are capable of producing antibodies for specific antigens or pathogens, after which the antibodies neutralize the extracellular pathogen and eliminates it. This is how the humoral immunity works. Now let's understand the cellular immunity. When an intracellular antigen is bind on the surface and are displayed by antigen presenting cells via MHC processing, such as for example dendritic cells or macrophages, In the first step, the T cell binds to the MHC antigen complexes on the surface of infected cells, activating the T cell with cytokine receptor. The activated T cell releases cytokines, which in turn activates the T helper cells and macrophages, following which the T cell transforms into cytotoxic cells. These cytotoxic T cells induces apoptosis in the infected cells and eliminates the intracellular pathogen via apoptosis. So in this way, cell-mediated immune system works. It is also important to remember that some T and B cell differentiates into memory cell that responds immediately to any secondary encounter with an antigen. Now let's summarize this topic with the help of this table. Here, a distinct characteristic feature between humoral-mediated immunity and cell-mediated immunity are differentiated on the basis of following characteristic features, such as cell dependency, detection of antigens, its mechanism of action, defense against variety of pathogens or antigens, cells involved in the humoral-mediated or cell-mediated immunity, hypersensitivity mediated during humoral immunity response or cell-mediated immune response, immunological surveillance, the ability to eliminate the tumor cells, and their reaction against organ transplantation. I hope I was able to explain it smoothly and it will help you in understanding the concept. Do hit the comment section for any doubts or suggestions. Take care, stay safe. Thank you.